Then I have a rooted Android phone. Let's get the forensic evidence off that phone. So that is going to be M143, forensic acquisition from Android. Now, it would be nice if we had a tool like FTK Imager and we could image the entire SSD, but I have not found any practical way to do that. In reality, people buy kits like from Cellebrite where you get a whole suitcase full of adapters and devices and you connect to the physical phone and you suck down all the data if you can. But if that's not available and all you have is software, what I'm doing here is a pretty sloppy job, but I am going to get there. So here we're going to do some things. So you can make some simulated data on the phone. So let me go to my command line. I'm going to exit from the root and exit from the non-root user on the phone. So now I'm back on the Mac. And now I can go home and I can cat this file that is created, emulator console auth token. This ridiculous thing here is the authorization token to use emulated SMS on your phone. It's just part of how the emulator works. And all right, and I don't think I want that percent at the end. We're going to see. All right, so now I'm going to do netcat localhost 5554. Okay, and now I do auth and put in the stuff I copied, and it took it. So now I can do, let's try help, see what we got. Here's various commands you have here, and one of them is going to be, oh, these are Android console commands, so that's kind of rude. Anyway, one of them is, there it is, SMS. You can now send simulated SMSs to the phone. So I can do SMS send to the phone number 111-222-3333, and what did I send? Hello phone, okay. All right, now if I look on my phone, there we are. Here comes in my SMS, showing it. And if I go to messages, agree to whatever this is, there it is. All right, so I've got some data there. Now I open it, and now I can make a phone call, simulated phone call to the phone with GSM call from this number. So now my phone is ringing, and I can accept the phone call. Now, as far as I know, I don't have any way to actually talk to it. And I don't know why I'm getting a busy signal, but anyway, let me see if I made a mistake of some sort. All right. Anyway, so I made a phone call. All right, and now we've made some data. Now there's an SMS and there's a phone call on the phone, and we're going to get the data off the phone. So I'll go back to my root shell. I'll get out of here with Control-C, and then go back to ADB shell, and SU to become a root. Now I'm going to collect the user data. Now what goes on here is I can collect all the user data, including SMS and phone calls, in the data directory. So this tar is tape archive. This is a Linux command that will gather a bunch of files and put them in one file. This is how you gather files for making backups. And I'm going to exclude the Android image itself that I'm going to create, otherwise I'd have an endless loop. And then I'm going to take all the stuff in the /data directory and put it here on the SD card. This is a very simple way to do it. I'm going to copy all the data off the phone and put it here. Now this is not all the data on the phone. Let me explain this. If I go print working directory, I'm at root, the root of the whole file system, and if I do ls-l to see all the files and folders here, there's a lot of folders here like account and apex and bin for executable, but all of those are the operating system of Android. And I don't really care about the operating system. All I care about is the user data for most forensic purposes. I want the SMS messages, the Signal messages, the Gmail, the phone calls, and things like that. And all that stuff is in the data directory. The data directory is where all the apps live. If you go look in there, in here, there is directories. There's another directory inside here called data, and in there there's a separate folder for every app. So here's the data directory. There's ones here, and so if I go in here again, all right, now I'll see every app. Setup Wizard, Sound Picker, Android tab, YouTube, ad services, and this phone I haven't installed anything, so everything is pretty much the default Google apps. But Google gives you a bunch of apps, so there they are. That's why if you just get everything in the data directory, you're going to get the most useful forensic data. So that's what we're going to do. And here's the command that does it. This gets all the data from the data directory, and it writes it onto the SD card, which is a simulation of a removable SD card. So there it goes, and there it goes, showing all these files being copied from the data directory and packed into a single char archive. So it'll work as long as my SD card is big enough to collect the data. And I didn't change it. I could have gone to the advanced settings when I created the emulator and probably increased the size of the SD card, but I'm hoping the default size is good enough. If it isn't, then I'll get an error message saying SD card full. It looks like it's moving. When it's done, it should give me a prompt, so I don't think it's done yet. Okay, nope, still going. All right, let me go back to the instructions. So when it's done, I'll see a pound prompt here. Then I can exit the cell, go to downloads, and I can pull that file. The file is here, SD card download. So we'll see. All right. I think it's alphabetical, so it's gone to data user, which is getting towards the end of the alphabet. So I think we're getting to the end here. And I've had to do this when I had to analyze Macs for forensic purposes. I didn't have a tool that could really image the Mac, so I just wrote a script that would copy the files off. You get only the active files. You know, it's not perfect, but you do get some data here. Remember, okay, well, it happened to me. No space left on device. So I didn't have enough room to do it. Now let me see if in my instructions I had a clue how to do this. That's annoying. And it has to do with my version of Android and everything. So this is a problem that might happen to students. So let me see if I can figure out how to change the size. First, I'm going to clean that off. Here, let's move to that directory and see what we have. It is SD card download, okay? Okay, there it is, trying to capture it, and it didn't get it all. Now, I could probably use this the way it is, and I might have the SMSs, but I'm going to try and get a good one. So let me remove this, my Android image, because I think it got full. Before that, I'm going to check to see how full the disk is. DF-H should show me how full things are, how full your disk is. And I'm looking for the SD card, if I can find it, which is not obvious. I'm seeing here's things that are 100% full. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see if I can find out how to do this. How to Android shell, how full is the SD card? DF-H didn't tell me. How to check space. ADB shell, there's the command. Boy, I didn't know that. ADB shell DF, which is DF SD card -H. Okay, let's see if that works. No such file. Oh, I have to go to home up here. Okay, then there. Okay, so it's 98% full, and it was only 774 megs. So my SD card was only 1 gig. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to make it bigger. I'm going to exit and exit, and I'm going to shut off the phone. And I'm going to see if I can adjust it. I may need to make a new emulator. Let's see. If I go to details, can I add more space here? And I think maybe I can't. Okay, I'm just going to make a new phone. I'll create device, choose the same one, next. The same version of Android is fine. Okay, there are advanced settings down here. And so I should be able to make things bigger. Internal storage is only 800 megs, so let's make it bigger. like 2,800 megs. That's probably going to do it.
Probably do the increase SD card.
Increase what, the RAM?
SD card.
Oh, there's the SD card. Oh, thank you for telling me. Yeah, good. All right, let's make that bigger, and let's make this bigger. Let's make this 1,500 megs. That should be enough. All right, so I made those bigger. Let's finish this. All right, and there it is. So let's see if I can do it on this one. And I think I can. This starts a lot bigger. They usually start at half a gig. This one's starting at 1.5 gigs, so I think it is bigger. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to get that, all right. All right, I wanted to get my, now I'm going to have to take the evidence like I did before. So I would imagine that device is going to work. I want to make the phone call and such. So it's cd cat.emulator console, cd cat.emulator console. Okay, so there's my auth token. Okay, and then it is nc localhost 5454. Okay, then auth and that authorization token, and then SMS send. Okay. All right. All right, and now if I look on the phone, there it comes in. Okay, good. All right. So I'm reading it. Good. Wonder if I can send back. Wonder if it was going to show up here. Not obviously. I probably have to do some kind of command to receive it, but I'm not going to worry about that. All right, so now I'm going to do the phone call, GSM call, Control C, GSM call. I'm going to change the last number, see if that makes a difference. Oh, I shouldn't have exited. I got to go here, and then I'm going to have to put in the auth again. Okay. All right, now I should be able to run GSM call. Good, good. Now I wonder if I can get rid of the busy signal by dialing a different number. Nope, okay. Well, all right, that's life. All right. So anyway, now I've got the evidence on there. That's what I wanted. Okay. So now I'm just going to try it again, get a root shell, and then execute this command. All right. So I get out of here. I do adb shell. And then su. All right. And then I'm going to try this command again. All right. And it will depend on which phone you choose and which version of Android you choose, how much room you need. Had errors. Well, that's rude. Let's see if I got anything. Well, I got something again. 520 megs, so it's pretty good. All right, I don't know why I'm having weird problems with errors here, but you can get some data, and you'll probably find the data you need. Anyway, once you're done with that, you can download the data, unzip it, and analyze it with Autopsy, and then you ought to be able to find that phone source, which you'll give it a shot. It's not good that I'm getting those weird errors, but it's pretty common, and this is why people do better with real physical devices. The emulators all have various problems, but that's as good as I can show you about this one. Let me stop this recording.